Original found, archive unlocked. LKLM Season 2 coming through. Hidden clips, unheard shows, stories told nobody knows. This is LKLM 2.0.
Welcome back, everybody, to Lesser Known Lost Media version 2.0. I am your host, Mr. Sean, and today we are diving into a piece of lost media that is obscure, it is completely lost, but it is definitely interesting, and it is going more with the spicier side of the channel than it would be some of the more mundane topics we have covered in the past. Again, we're getting away from that top 5 theme and kind of focusing on more thematic or deeper dives, and today that's what we're going to do. And so if you like this content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. We're trying to get 2,000 subscribers, and only you can make it happen. So without further ado, let's begin. In 1974, nestled in the adult theater district of New York City, a film quietly premiered that would go on to become one of the strangest urban legends in cinema history. Its title was Him, a gay pornographic film about a man's erotic obsession with Jesus Christ. Yes, you heard that correctly. For many years, many believed it was a hoax, a prank, a made-up entry in an underground zine. After all, who would make something so sacrilegious, so absurd, so completely unmarketable? But Him was real. It was reviewed in major publications, shown in legitimate adult cinemas, advertised in newspaper listings alongside other, less controversial fare. And then it vanished. Entirely. No known prints exist. No surviving stills. Not even a trailer. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened to Him. This is a story of a film so taboo, so elusive, so infamous, that it became the holy grail of not safe for work lost media. Let's start with what we know. Him was first released in 1974, credited to a director named Ed D. Louis, widely assumed to be a pseudonym. It played at the 55th Street Playhouse in Manhattan, a theater known for screening both experimental films and adult content. The premise? A young Catholic man becomes erotically fixated on Jesus Christ. His fantasies are depicted through dream sequences and surreal vignettes, some of which, according to reviews, involved explicit reenactments of the crucifixion with sexual overtones. Yeah, it's that kind of movie. The only professional review we have comes from Variety, which confirmed the film's existence and offered a surprisingly restrained critique, describing it as, quote, surreal, uneven, and not without an artistic edge. The film also received mention in The Advocate, the prominent LGBTQ+ magazine, and was listed in The Village Voice and other New York area newspapers. So it's real, not a joke, not satire, not a Reddit hoax. Him actually played in public. But here's where the mystery deepens. Despite these records, no one can seem to find a single surviving copy. Part of the allure surrounding Him comes from a long-standing rumor that one of its stars would go on to become a major Hollywood actor. An Oscar winner, even. The earliest version of this legend surfaced in underground film zines in the late 1980s and surfaced on the internet message boards in the early 2000s. Names like Kevin Kline, John Travolta, and even Willem Dafoe have been whispered, all actors with early careers in theater or New York's art scene. The most persistent rumor links the film to Sylvester Stallone, due to his involvement in the Party at Kitty and Studs, a softcore film released in 1970. But Him doesn't appear on Stallone's resume, and the timelines don't match. Still, the myth stuck, perhaps because it was just plausible enough. A grainy, early performance in a film that disappeared before anyone could see it? It practically writes itself. But no credible evidence has ever surfaced to tie any mainstream actor to him. No production stills, no casting sheets, nothing. The legend of the Oscar-winning actor remains just that, a legend. So why is him lost? It's hard to say. The 70s were a chaotic time for adult cinema. Many films were shot cheaply, screened once, and discarded. Film preservation was not a priority, especially for gay pornography. Add in the blasphemous subject matter, and you've got a recipe for willful destruction. Some speculate that him was actively suppressed, either by the Catholic Church, conservative watchdogs, or even LGBTQ+ groups who feared backlash. There's also the reality of film decay. Celluloid from that era degrades rapidly if not stored properly. Some estimate that over 70% of adult films made before 1980 are now lost. The Kinsey Institute, which houses one of the largest erotic film archives in the world, has no copy. The Museum of Modern Art has never heard of it. Neither has UCLA's Film and Television Archive. For all intents and purposes, him is gone. Despite its absence, him has become something of a white whale in the lost media community. The Lost Media Wiki has tracked mentions in verified newspaper ads for years. Forums have been dedicated to analyzing the Variety Review, dissecting obscure film catalogs, and even contacting former theater owners in New York. One artist, Bart McKella, created a short film inspired by him, attempting to recreate its dreamlike, sacrilegious tone using public domain footage and voiceover, but even he admits he never found a real copy. In 2018, film archivist Joe Rubin of Vinegar Syndrome, known for rescuing rare, obscure adult films, confirmed that him did in fact exist, but no prints had ever crossed his path. At this point, most researchers believe the film is either mislabeled in a private collection or permanently destroyed. Some lost films are family-friendly curiosities. Others are forgotten gems waiting to be rediscovered. But him? It's different. It was taboo when it came out. It's even more so now. And its disappearance feels intentional. A film that dared to blend religious iconography with explicit queer sexuality in a time when both were cultural powder kegs? It's no wonder it vanished. But if even a single frame survives, if even one reel sits gathering dust in someone's attic or basement, it would be one of the most explosive rediscoveries in lost media history. Until then, him remains a phantom, a sacrilegious rumor, a forgotten confession whispered in the dark. This episode of Lesser Known Lost Media version 2.0 has been brought to you by Mr. Sean and Mr. Sean Productions. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's the next piece of lost media we should explore? Because if him taught us anything, it's that even the most unwatchable films can still demand to be seen. Until next time, Alpha Great Day and an even beta tomorrow. Bye-bye. Also, I almost forgot, big shout out to J-Dog. Again, this new format's really messing with me and my sense of timing, but J-Dog, thank you so much for your continued support. If you would like to get your name shouted out in my Lost Media video every week like J-Dog, or if you just like to see your name on the screen as we've been seeing here, there's different tiers you can join over on Patreon or here on YouTube. Also, be sure to check out eBay and Mercari for my one-of-a-kind custom miniatures, both safe and not safe for work, as well as drive-thru-RPG.com, where all of my Call of Cthulhu modules are currently for sale, with more on the way. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.